Efficient low-budget laptops can be hard to find, especially those that give a solid performance. However, there are some laptops that are affordable and give a highly efficient performance in tasks. One such is the Chuwi Gemibook XPRO that we will be looking at in today's video. Also, details about the products we speak about will be linked down in the description. Firstly, let's assess the design of the laptop. The laptop's design is sleek and basic with matte textured surfaces. The cover features a Chuwi emblem that is matte textured and does not call attention to itself. The laptop is relatively small and lightweight, weighing 1.46 kilograms for a 14-inch laptop. The build quality is strong with little flex. The plastic surface, on the other hand, is softer and more prone to dents. The back can be simply removed using a crosshair screwdriver. The inbuilt 256GB SSD can be upgraded to an NVMe Gen 3 SSD, however, the RAM cannot. The speakers are angled downward. The audio quality is a little hollow. The plasticky build quality is most noticeable on the keys and touchpad. The keys are very textured. The buttons and touchpad aren't as hard as those on higher-end models, but they're not bad. With enough movement and feedback, the overall typing experience remains good. The top plate of the keyboard has little flex. The touchpad is sufficiently responsive and accurate, and it supports Windows finger motions. The left and right click zones on the touchpad are separated by a dead clicking zone. Connectivity-wise, the power port, full-sized HDMI, USB 3 Type-A, USB 3 Type-C, and a 3.5mm audio port are located on the left side of the laptop, while the read and write transfer speeds for the two USB ports are roughly 450 megabytes per second. Unfortunately, USB-C charging is not supported. It would be fantastic if Chuwi could remove the barrel power port and replace it with another USB-C charging port. Or perhaps a micro SD card slot for more storage expansion. The Kensington lock is located on the right side. The tapering bottom makes it easy to pick up the laptop. Coming to the display of the Gemibook. The 14-inch IPS LCD panel has a 1920 by 1080 pixel resolution. There is some pixelation, but the overall images are sharp enough for this display size and quality. The display has a matte finish, and the anti-glare may have an impact on visual quality. When the display is seen from the side, the colors shift and the brightness diminishes. The display is not intended for graphic design or visual content creation, although HDMI can be used to connect an external display with richer colors. Graphic design applications function fairly well. Going on to the performances of the Gemibook, we will break down the processor and specs provided to aid its performance and what you can expect from this laptop. This laptop is powered by the 12th generation Alder Lake N100 processor, which was released in early 2023 and is a 4-core processor running at 800 MHz with a turbo boost of up to 3.4 GHz. The Gemibook also has a 6 watts thermal design power. This may be a low-powered laptop, but it is not a slow laptop. The laptop boots up and shuts down quickly, apps run quickly. There is no lag when switching between apps, and 8 GB of RAM is sufficient for basic multitasking. Overall performance is smooth with non-gaming work. The fan is silent and blends in with the background hum. When running Windows 11, this laptop can do it all. Office work, internet browsing, and graphic design. The device is good as long as you don't require any serious GPU hardware acceleration. In terms of gaming, the XPRO has some restrictions. PPSPP performs admirably with upscaled PSP games, however, the XPRO struggles with heavier 3D games. At low settings, games like Fortnite and Forza Horizon the 4th of May be played in 720p, but anything above will be disappointing. In terms of CPU benchmarks, it falls in between the i5-4570 and the i7-4770, both of which were considered exceptionally fast when they were released. We're confident it would be a perfect laptop if it had a slightly more powerful GPU. Overall, the Gemibook by Chuwi is a suitable laptop for basic computer tasks that tablet OS cannot perform. Simply looking at the specifications may lead you to believe that this is a standard laptop. It's an average laptop, but it doesn't lag, which is the most crucial factor for me. When you consider the low price, this laptop becomes a steal considering the performance it provides. There are certain limitations such as the display quality, sound quality, and battery life of 4 hours. Those are hardware constraints imposed by the pricing point. Click on the video on your screen for similar low-budget laptops that perform significantly well.